Welcome again to Sermonette on the Mount. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that just happened, and I'm pretty sure some of you have experienced this yourself. There was a guy walking down the road, and he was wearing all black. His hair was all matted, and he looked like he had leaves in his hair, and he'd been kind of walking up and down. Well, when I drove past him, I saw him one way, and then when I drove him again, I saw him again. So as I'm driving past him this last time, yesterday, I began to pray and I said, Lord, this guy used to be somebody's little baby. And I began to pray for this man, and I wasn't sure how to pray for him. What I noticed in people are lost or wandering is that they have no foundation. There's no security in their life. There's no peace in their life. And so they just wander. Another story, I was watching a show on TV about a motorcycle driver who was evading the police. He was going fast. It was about an hour long escapade. He finally runs out of gas. Okay, so he pulls off to the side of the road. He's not even wearing a shirt. He's a young guy. He pulls off. He puts his hands up. He knows the drill. The cops come out and they handcuff him and they stand him up and they asked him. They said, "So where were you going? What were you doing?" It was in the middle of the night. He looks down. He goes, "I don't know." And then the other cop goes, "Oh, he's a repeater. He's always at the station. He's always in trouble. He's a repeat offender." And so they kind of knew him a little bit. But what I saw was this man ashamed. He was shamed. His head was down. When he'd answer the questions, he would just go, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know." He was also floundering. He was also not having any kind of foundation in his life. I remembered myself years and years and years ago being homeless. I lived in my car. Not very long, but enough because I didn't have a place to go. I could have gone home. My mom was amazing. She allowed me to come back home and live there and then leave again. I think I moved back home back and forth about 10 times. She just had that kind of love for me. And just as a side note here, she had unconditional love for me. Unconditional love means there's no conditions. There's no 1, 2, 3 and you're out, or do it again and you're gone. I did a lot. I did a lot of stuff, and she still kept letting me back, letting me. That's tough love, people. That is tough love. Okay, so let's set that aside. So here's these people, they're floundering, and I'm wondering, is there stability in your life? Are you feeling strong? Do you have peace? Do you have direction? If we don't have a vision or a goal, we're just going to flounder. But here's the vision. I don't know all the different stuff on earth. There's a lot of things you can do. But one of the visions we have to have daily, without a doubt, to find our foundation is our eternal home in heaven. That is my vision. That is the goal. The scriptures say, keep looking up for your redemption draws nigh. Keep looking up for Jesus is going to return. That's what our vision is. Now, along earth, of course, along our life in earth, we do things and we have different goals and visions. But our ultimate vision needs to be, where are we going? There's several self-help groups out there. And they help you live today, which is awesome. But there's no future view of heaven. They just go, okay, I'm just going to do this better. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be more grateful. I'm going to have a grateful attitude. Well, that's lovely. But what about your vision for eternity? This is what I'm looking at. If these individuals that are floundering, doesn't matter what you do on earth. It really doesn't. It matters, where is your vision? Where is your hope? Because if you have that directional finder in your system and in your heart, you're going to do things a little differently. you're going to find your way. I mean, I can just sit and watch television and I know that my destiny is in heaven. I can sit and eat potato chips and bake cookies and mow the yard and go shopping, but my destiny is heaven. I'll tell you what, you will not flounder. You will not wander around aimlessly when you know your destination. How do you get that destination? It's simple. Say, Lord Jesus, I know you made the way. I receive you now. I know that I've done a lot of wrong, and I ask you to forgive me and cleanse me from all wrongs done in my life. And I accept you and what you did on the cross to give me an eternal home in heaven, that my destiny is with you. You know, in the scriptures, it talks about us being able to sit with Jesus in heavenly places. You know, you can do that right now. You can actually say, Lord, I just want to sit with you. And you know, the thing that's interesting about that is when you sit with him in heavenly places, here's the earth and here you are. Your feet are dangling. Everything that's an issue is down here, way below your feet. Isn't that a really cool place to be? So every now and then when I feel like I'm under so much stress, so much pressure, I go, wait a minute, let me go sit with Jesus for a little bit. I'm telling you what, that is your destiny. That is where we're going to go. When Jesus came to the earth, what did he do? He took off his crown and put it on the throne. He took off his robe and put it on the throne. And then he walked down to earth and was born a baby. He left every wealth that he had in heaven. He left everything he owned in heaven. But his destiny, he knew his destiny. He knew the call on his life. You know, when you know your destiny, you're going to get to know what it is you're supposed to do here. It's true. Anyway, I just wanted to give you that little bit of insight and tidbit for you so that you can be grounded and rooted in who God is in your life and who God is in eternity, that you can also go there as well. That's where we're all going. We're going somewhere. We're all going to escape this world. We're going to leave at one point. But where will you end up? Well, God bless you, and we will see you again next time.